The Crocodile Man of New York. Urban myths about crocodiles in New York City's sewers began to circulate as early as the 1930s. Some claimed the reptiles escaped from zoos, while others believed they were exotic pets abandoned by wealthy owners who had grown tired of them. It seemed like nothing more than a spooky urban legend until February 1935, when the New York Times published a sensational article. Workers cleaning sewer pipes in East Harlem stumbled upon a 2-meter-long alligator. How could this happen? It's believed the crocodile ended up in the sewer after being thrown into the East River and wandering into the pipe system. Surprisingly, this wasn't an isolated incident, so much so that in 1959, New York City even declared a special Alligator Day to combat the supposed infestation. Some residents feared entire families of crocodiles were living below them. The legend has inspired countless movies, comics, and even cartoons. Fun fact, the myth persists even today. Tourists and locals alike joke about New York's sewers being a zoo for thrill seekers. The Mummy in the Haunted House. This story feels straight out of a horror movie. Imagine a vintage haunted house attraction in Long Beach, California in 1976. Workers were setting up decorations when one accidentally broke the arm off a mannequin. What they saw inside left them horrified. It was a real human bone. The mannequin turned out to be the mummified body of Elmer McCurdy, a notorious train robber. Elmer had been killed in a 1911 shootout, but his story didn't end there. Embalmers turned his body into an attraction, charging a small fee for people to see the corpse of the infamous outlaw. How did he end up in the haunted house? After years of being displayed at fairs and carnivals, Elmer's mummy got lost and was eventually used as part of the haunted house decor. The owners of the attraction had no idea their scary dummy was an actual person. After forensic analysis confirmed his identity, Elmer was finally laid to rest, 65 years after his death. Fun fact, this bizarre tale inspired numerous films and books. It also sparked questions about how many mannequins in museums or attractions might actually be real remains. Mysterious knocks in the walls. People often report hearing rustling, footsteps, or knocking sounds in their homes. Most attribute it to drafts or rodents, but sometimes the truth is far scarier. The Colorado story. In 1984, a family moved into an old house and soon began hearing strange footsteps and voices coming from the walls. At first, they thought it was just their imagination, but one day the father decided to investigate and discovered a hidden passage. Inside was a man who had been secretly living in their home for months. How is this possible? The man had known the previous homeowners and was aware of the secret rooms and passages. He used the ventilation system to move around and would sneak out at night to steal food and watch the new residents. This story later inspired horror movies, such as those featuring the man in the walls. Similar incidents still happen today. In Japan in 2008, a man noticed food disappearing from his fridge. After installing cameras, he discovered a homeless woman had been living in his closet. The Rat King. The Rat King is a horrifying legend about rats whose tails become entangled, forming a living knot. It sounds like a gruesome fairy tale, but such discoveries have been documented by scientists. How does it happen? Rats living in cold, cramped spaces can have their tails stuck together by dirt, ice, blood, or hair. In this state, they move as a single entity, though their survival is short-lived. The most famous Rat King was found in the Netherlands. 32 rats fused into a single mass. Fun fact, in medieval times, people saw the Rat King as a bad omen, signaling impending disasters. Today, scientists study the phenomenon, though its rarity keeps it shrouded in urban myth. The mysterious Dyatlov Pass incident. The Dyatlov Pass incident remains one of the most mysterious and chilling real-life stories of the 20th century. In 1959, a group of hikers led by Igor Dyatlov perished in the Ural Mountains under bizarre circumstances. Their bodies were found in inexplicable positions, and some had severe injuries resembling those from a blast wave. Experts noticed something unusual, traces of radiation on the victims' clothing. Locals reported seeing glowing orbs in the sky the night of the tragedy, fueling theories of military experiments or paranormal activity. This event continues to baffle investigators, and decades later, it remains a source of fascination and speculation. The legend of organ theft. The tale of waking up in a bathtub filled with ice and missing a kidney became popular in the 1990s. While it might sound like an urban legend, the illegal organ trade is a grim reality in some parts of the world. Real cases. In countries like Latin America and India, there have been documented instances where victims were drugged and had their organs harvested for illegal transplants. One such case occurred in Mexico, where a man discovered he was missing a kidney after a mysterious abduction. Why is it terrifying? This legend not only frightens, but also highlights the dark underbelly of the medical world and the dangers of organ trafficking. London's secret underground tunnels. For decades, there were rumors about a vast network of secret tunnels hidden beneath London. Stories claimed the tunnels connected distant parts of the city and were used as hideouts by criminals and other shady figures. While many dismissed the rumors as fantasy, archaeologists discovered an extensive underground network in 2000, dating back to Roman times. These tunnels were used for smuggling goods and later served as shelters during wartime. One notable discovery involved remnants from World War II, including destroyed bunkers and mysterious artifacts, proving that some of these hidden places were deliberately kept secret from the public. The tunnels remain under exploration, but many are still sealed off and guarded, fueling speculation about what other secrets they might hold. Uninvited guests. For decades, New Yorkers have shared horrifying stories of rats crawling out of toilets. Imagine lifting the lid to find a massive rodent staring back, or worse, leaping out. Urban legends claimed rats could navigate sewer pipes and invade homes through the plumbing. The truth, it turns out, this isn't a myth. Rats can and do enter homes via toilets. Biologists and city workers confirm that rats are incredibly resilient. They can swim underwater for up to 800 meters, hold their breath for 3 minutes, and maneuver through complex pipe systems. In New York, such incidents have been documented several times. In fact, city officials even released guidelines on keeping toilet lids closed to prevent these unwelcome visitors. One infamous case occurred in Brooklyn in 2014, when a family discovered a large rat in their toilet. Naturally, the video went viral, horrifying thousands. All these stories are free of mysticism, yet they are no less terrifying. A reality where hikers vanish under mysterious circumstances, strangers live behind walls, and mummies become part of attractions can often be scarier than any fiction. And it's the realization that all of this truly happened that sends shivers down your spine.